The following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?
Yeah, go Cowboys!
This is the Players Lounge, broadcasting live from Dallas Cowboys World Headquarters at the Star. Now your hosts, Barry Church, Danny McCray, and Newy Scruggs.
Here we are, Players Lounge on a Wednesday. Cowboys play the Arizona Cardinals on Sunday, and it's the final home game of the season, regular season game, that is, for the Cowboys as they face a team in the Cardinals who are going to the playoffs. Here in the Players Lounge, brought to you by Hotels.com. I'm Newy Scruggs, joined by two former Dallas Cowboys safeties. It's their show. They both undrafted, and they've got strong opinions. Barry Church, the Toledo Rocket, and the ultimate survivor himself, the LSU Tiger, Danny McCray, in the house. Gentlemen, how we doing on a Friday?
Hey, man, look. Hey, you said this our show. You know what I need? I need some Smoothie King, I need the Gladiator, and I need some Palmer's Hot Chicken, all right? That's what I need if this is our show. You already cheated me out the chicken, but CB, get us some of that. Can we get some of that Smoothie King?
Yeah, I need some of that Gladiator as well, man. Yeah. Hey, you right. You ain't never lied about that, D-Mac.
So Church, you want to re-up? Is that what you say? You want to re-up?
Yeah, I would like thirds because we had, me and you had the first, then you came back again and got us another one. So yeah, I would like thirds. It was amazing. It was definitely amazing.
Hey, listen. Hey, don't worry, Church. On one of them Fridays when New Year's out, I'm treating us very, very well. Okay, me, you, CB. I might have Eagleton come down. Like we gonna do it up. They gonna be like, "What the hell is Palmer's Chicken?" We don't want that no more. We want whatever Danny brought in here.
You mad at me for something I had no control over?
Twice.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie, that man had all control. He had all control, man.
Look, Church, he in the group message talking about, oh, how was that chicken? How was this? How was that? How was this? Man, please. Got Palmer teeth.
I ain't want to say nothing, but I ain't want to say nothing. But the day before, you know what I'm saying, he was like, man, you know what? You think Daddy be mad if I ordered it? And I was like, yeah, man, don't do that, man. Like, God, you don't want to do that. The next day, the chicken was here, man. I ain't want to say nothing.
Lord.
I was guilty. I felt guilty, man.
It's easy. You ate it, though. You ate it. But it's easy. It's easy to believe. You didn't feel that guilty. You was over there sweating on that mild sauce. All right, you was over there sweating on the mild sauce. And don't worry, New, I got you. Don't worry, I'm going to take care of this.
Man, it was the size, though.
I mean,
it was the size. The cheesy grits. Man, it was,
AFC Player of the Week. AFC Player of the Week, Joe Burrow. You know what I'm saying?
We still talking about this Joe Burrow.
Yeah. He would have brought me some Palmer's chicken.
Hey, Joe Burrow, man, he don't know nothing about you, man.
The AFC Player of the Week was Joe Burrow. The NFC Player of the Week, Dak Prescott of the Cowboys. So Dak Prescott clearly is out of the slump. So, fellas, how do you view this matchup against the Cardinals this week, especially for the offense? Because the Cardinals, despite having lost 5 of their last 8 games and losing 3 in a row here, it's a playoff team. It is a playoff team. So how do you view and what do you want to see from Dak Prescott, Danny?
Man, I want to see him be consistent. Like I said, so we can say he's out of the slump. He played better last game, and I want to preface this by saying I'm giving him credit for playing well. We've seen quarterbacks go out there and not play well in games that they are supposed to stomp down the opponent. Okay, but the Washington football team, they were missing a lot of players on defense. All right, they had a lot of turmoil going on. They're fighting on the sideline. It was a lot of outside noise. COVID had gotten a team, and we had just gotten healthy. So I'm glad that we did what we were supposed to do against the Washington football team. All right. What we know about the Arizona Cardinals is they were a number 1 team 3-4 weeks ago. We were talking about them trying to catch them to get the number 1 seed. So we do know that they have the potential, just like we do, to play at a very high level. So what I want to see is us go out there and be consistent and perform like that against a team who we may have to face in the playoffs. That's what I would like to see.
Yeah, and you're on the point about consistency, but not only from Dak Prescott, I also need, some consistency from Kellen Moore as well. I mean, this is a guy who, like we said earlier in the season, creativity was huge with him, and we were, putting the crown on his helmet, but then they had this big little slump that we've been talking about. So I want to see more consistency from him as well. He did a great job against the Washington football team last week, but like you mentioned, McCray, they were down a ton of injuries, and Arizona, their defense, it's not the greatest of all defenses, but they do have a knack for taking the football away. So this is going to be a good contest for our offense. But if we're able to establish that run game, that 1-2 punch that we've been talking about pretty much this entire season, if we're able to establish that and let Dak play off of that, I see having no problem handling Arizona. But it all comes down to me, to Dak and the creativity of this offense.
All right. So a lot of times people have looked at Dak Prescott these past few seasons, and I know Dan Orlovsky over at ESPN is fond of pointing out to say, okay, hey, look, Dak has nice numbers, but he beats a lot of bad teams. So, Dan, I know you said wait till the end of the year to look at where teams' records are, but you start thinking about if you wanted to go into that and looking at the Cowboys' record, obviously you've got a bad division. They've won 5 games against the bad division so far. You've swept Washington. You swept the Giants. You've beaten Philadelphia Eagles one time. And then you got some other teams out there that you say, okay, New England's a winning team. We expect New England at this point in time to make the playoffs here. The Chargers, we can look at the Chargers, and sometimes they look good. Sometimes look at the Chargers, you don't know what you got.
Man, y'all
beat
funny,
Houston
man.
Texans. So they beat New Orleans, and here's New Orleans, a team that beat Tampa Bay, but may not make the playoffs. Minnesota, team right now not looking like they're going to make the playoffs. So how do you view the Cowboys' record of 11 wins against some teams that are good and a lot of teams right now that aren't good that probably won't make the playoffs?
Yeah, I think if you look at it now, all right, the way that we played against Kansas City defensively, that's something that you can hang your hat on and say, all right, that was a good performance by us. Outside of that, us beating New England, I think that is one of those statement games, but this is still why I put the Atlanta Falcons game up there with the Washington football team game. It's not about the competition sometimes, it's about how you can play a complete game. Say it again. We've seen good teams go out there and lose to bad teams. We've seen Tom Brady go out there and get shut out. 0. Goose egg, right? And then we've seen the Cowboys go out there and beat that same team. So the way that we are able to perform when we play a complete game is the way I'm looking at it. Atlanta Falcons, complete game. Washington football team, complete game. When you look at Minnesota without your quarterback, that is a very, very good win because we know Minnesota still has the potential to beat a lot of good teams. So I think that we do have some key wins. They may not be against that top-notch competition that you're looking at, but as far as how we played completely and together and a complementary football, I think we have a couple of those wins.
Yeah, I mean, you are what your record states, and right now they're an 11-4 football team right now, and they played a couple solid competitors out there. But if I'm gonna be honest, I mean they definitely feasted on lesser opponents these past couple weeks. I mean, New Orleans, they have a solid defense, but Taysom Hill isn't really taking them anywhere. We beat on Washington twice. I mean, it's just a couple of these teams that we've gone against, a New York team led by Mike Glennon. A couple of these teams have not really been up to par. I mean, we've been playing against some subpar teams. And you would like to see us as a whole dominate, these past couple teams. I know the defense has been able to do that, but offensively, we've been up and down. So to me, it would be a nice telltale if we're able to go against this Arizona Cardinal team, even though they're minus DeAndre Hopkins. I would like us to go out there and at least put up, a nice marginal gap in the victory. I'll take any victory. It is December, but I would like to see us have one of those complete games like McCray is talking about and see how we stack up against another playoff competitor. But right now, I guess this, Cowboys team is right where they need to be. They're going to the playoffs, leading the division, so we'll see what happens. But I want to see what this Arizona Cardinal team can bring.
All right. And don't sleep on Philly. Don't sleep on Philly, who is surging now with that running attack. All right, so we have 2 opportunities to go in and prove that we are the team that we think we are by really, really punishing these teams and having statement wins.
Power rankings now. I was checking out the power rankings to kind of see just where some people are thinking of where the Cowboys are right now. Rick Gosselin, Hall of Fame writer, has Green Bay ranked number 1 in the NFL. He's got Dallas number 2. Went and checked over ESPN.com. They've got Kansas City ranked number 1, Green Bay number 2, and they've got Dallas number 3. So basically, if you look across the multitude of NFL power rankings, they've got the Cowboys in the top 5. Most of them have them in the top 3. How do you feel about the Cowboys right now?
Look, I feel like, the Cowboys have got to at least be in the top 3. A lot of these, they got to be maybe in the top 2. I know Kansas City, they were able to get the head-to-head victory. But if we were playing one of our complete games, like we've seen one of these past weeks, I feel like we'd have went into Kansas City and won that game. I mean, there was a lot of drops out there, a lot of inconsistency offensively, and to, give kudos to Kansas City, but they were able to walk away with the victory. But I think if we're able to play one of those complete games, we go in there and win. And outside of that, I mean, I see only Green Bay really being the only team that's kind of above us right now in these power rankings. So I got us at a solid 2 right now. And if we were to have to go to Lambeau Field later in the playoffs, I think it would be a tough contest, but I think we'd be able to pull it out as well.
Yeah, I see us up there as well. And it's going to sound crazy to say a total opposite of what we expected at the beginning of the season. Going into this, we were like, hey, the offense is going to be the thing that carries us if we want to make a deep run. And really, I'm hanging my hat on the fact that our defense can keep us in games. Our defense can score points for us. If you like last week, we had 14 points. We got special teams points, and we got D-Law with a pick 6 return for a touchdown. Our defense is able to travel. Defense is always travel, and it still stands that defense wins championships. So I still think that we can beat any team that we face, no matter where we are, because of how our defense is playing, how our pass rush is able to affect the quarterback and cause them to make mistakes, batted balls, overthrown balls, and interceptions for us. We've seen this consistently where it's not a fluke. So we know that this is something that our defense can do to anyone. So the fact that I trust in our defense that much, I think that we have a chance to beat any squad. And our offense showing up like they did last week is a plus. And that is totally opposite of what it usually is. But our defense is the key.
I don't know, man. Go ahead, Nui, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't know, Nui. I don't know, because it's like, we feasted on these lesser guys, and like we talked about it before on the Players Lounge. We might in that first round have to go against a Taysom Hill or a Jalen Hurts or maybe even a Jimmy Garoppolo or something like that. But if you're talking about deep playoff run, we're gonna have to run into the Bradys. We're gonna have to run into the Rodgers of the world, and I don't know. We're going to have our offense with us.
What do we do to
It can't just be a plus. But it can't just be a plus.
So and Danny, you're going right where I'm about to go. What did they do with Tom Brady? They went toe-to-toe with Tom Brady. Had a lead with
and we also had an offense going toe-to-toe. We got an offense. I mean, that's what I'm saying. We got to have our offense with us. I don't think this defense could just do it by itself. That's all I'm saying.
No.
This game against Tom Brady's with your defense not at where it is now. Okay,
Thank you.
I mean, this defense, what that defense was, is not now. The Denver game, obviously, okay, that was a butt kicking, and you're gonna get a butt kicking in the National Football League. Everybody takes one, but you start looking at what they have done here lately. I'll take this defense and Kansas City's defense with those two defenses, and I'll take those two defenses right now, and I think they can both win their conferences. The way those defenses are playing, along with the offenses that they have here, because both offenses have not been exactly on point the way we thought they would be all season long. The defenses for both teams, Dallas and Kansas City, is carrying them right now. That's what you want. You go back and look at the run Tampa Bay made last year. It was the defense that got them going. Their offense was okay. Even that championship game, what did Tom Brady throw? 3 picks in that championship game up there at Lambeau? And the defense brought it home. And then on Super Bowl Sunday, it was the Tampa Bay defense that brought that sucker on home here. And the offense was the beneficiary of it. But I'm telling you right now, you'd rather have it this way, going into the playoffs with a strong D and saying, hey, offense, play out this D and go ahead and get it done.
I understand what you're saying. I completely understand what you're saying, and I would agree with you. I think this defense can do something, but I don't think they can do it by themselves, is what I'm just trying to say. I don't think it could be we got this nightmare defense heading into the playoffs. our offense can't play like it could play in that slump that it played with, and us have a long playoff run. I don't believe that's possible. I think we got to have our offense with us to go ahead and make this long. But I don't think we can do it by ourselves defensively.
So, just so we don't have any miscommunication here on my friend, my guy Barry, I'm absolutely not saying that the defense can do it on their own. What I'm saying is the offense does not have to play how they played against Tampa in the first week, where it's a shootout, or like they don't have to be they don't have to be there for us to win, right? The offense can play average. And our defense can still keep us in the game and give us a shot to win, right? If it's not like we don't have to score 30 or 40 points is what I'm saying. The defense can hold somebody to 17, 19, 24, and we still have a shot at winning that game. That's all I'm saying. We still need our offense.
Okay. I thought you were talking about like we had to make a 2000 Ravens run. You know, that defense was holding cast to like 3 to 6 points. I'm like, hold on, I don't think we can do that.
I'm saying this opposite, as in we would usually say if the offense doesn't show up and score 30, then we don't have a shot. I'm saying this is not that way anymore. It ain't that way anymore. Now it's, we put our defense out there on the field. They might score a touchdown. They might get a 3 and out. Our special teams might block a punt for a tug. We still have opportunities outside of our offense to win games.
All right. It was miscommunication. I thought you were talking about Ray Lewis and them boys. I'm like,
no. And let me cap on to what Danny was saying. Go back to the Kansas City game. If your defense can go out there and do that same thing where they held Kansas City 19 points, offense can go win this game. Offense was not good.
Without a doubt.
With that first pass in the game, it sailed, and they ended up with just 9 points. So if your defense, let's just say, for instance, they get Kansas City in the Super Bowl. I'm going way, way out on this, all right? But I'm just saying. If you had to face them again, which would have to be in the Super Bowl in Los Angeles, and your defense can go ahead and give you 19 points, I'll take that Cowboy offense to go in there and be able to put up 20 to 21. That's what I'm talking about here. That's what I'm saying.
That's we're on the same page.
Right. That's where Danny and I are at here. Your defense can keep playing like this. Your offense ain't got to do much. Okay. Hey, can this offense go get you 3 touchdowns a game or 24 points a game? Yes, they can go do that. And if they're doing that the way this defense is playing, I like the Cowboys' chances to do something in the playoffs. Okay, that's where
without a doubt. Yeah, I agree with y'all on that point. Like, if they're holding teams to around 17 to 21 points, we without a doubt got an opportunity to win those games. And I thought the miscommunication was we got to be out there holding teams to 6 to 9 points, and we still win and have a deep playoff run. I'm like, I don't know about that.
Think of it this way, all right? Think of it. You're down by 10, right? Let's say you're down by 10 going in the third quarter, going into the fourth, right? And you're lined up and the other team is punting. In your mind now, you believe that we can block a punt and score a touchdown, right?
They've proven to be able to do that. They've proven to be able to do that.
Yeah,
they've proven to be able to do that.
Yeah. So no, the lead is not safe with a team just trying to play keep away, right? Because now you have our defense who can give it back to our offense, or you have our defense who can score on its own. And it's like I said, it's no fluke. It's been happening consistently, not just getting takeaways, but turning those into points.
So Danny, you're hitting on some great points today. I'm gonna piggyback on you one more time. And right now, they are winning. When you talk about the 3 phases of the football game, defense is winning they're winning their phase. Special teams is winning their phase. So you win in 2 out of 3 phases, and the phase that you're looking at now that's starting to come around is your offense. And if that's the one that's lagging behind, you gotta feel good about where your football team is going.
Oh yeah, I agree 100% now. I feel like they definitely got to. I'm just saying, it's not going to be as easy when we playing against the better tier quarterbacks.
But
that's something. It's not going to be as easy because what we saw. What was Heineke doing out there? I mean, my guy threw the ball on a deep ball inside the numbers to Diggs. Like these turnovers aren't going to happen as easy as they've been happening these past couple weeks. So we're going to definitely have to step our game up as well.
But listen, D-Law's play was a hell of a play, no matter what quarterback is playing. All right,
and even if D-Law didn't pick it, you can still see Curse was right there to pick it as well. I mean, these balls are terrible.
No, but what I'm saying is the play that D-Law made on the ball at the line of scrimmage is something that can be done to any quarterback. Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers. That's a hell of a play.
Amazing play.
The punch out fumbles that he has 2 of, one in the first game and the other one in his first game back. Those are plays that can be made on any running back, any ball carrier. So it's not necessarily to like when I'm seeing it. it's not just bad quarterback play. It's them making plays, like intentionally trying to cause turnovers and then being effective at it.
But if we're being honest, man, at least 80% of that is terrible quarterback play as well. I mean, like, I understand the punch outs, I understand all that, but come on, man.
Are you gonna take away from these dudes?
I understand they ball it, but come on, man, just a little bit.
Three against Tom Brady.
Quarterback play is terrible.
Three against Tom Brady.
Well, one was a Hail Mary.
Church, here's what happens.
The other was a volleyball. I mean, we talking about stuff that happened way back when. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. It happened. It was a volleyball punt by Fournette, and then the other one was a Hail Mary at halftime.
All right, so Church,
they got 4 turnovers, Church.
I got you.
You're guilty of what we all are sometimes, where we spend so much focus on the Cowboys that we don't always look at everyone else. Right now, most people are saying Green Bay is the number 1 team in the league right now. And you go back and look at their last 2 football games. These were games where they almost got beat by Cleveland and Baltimore. Baltimore doesn't have Lamar Jackson out there. Packers have a big lead. They got to hold on for a 31-30 win, in which Baltimore decided to go ahead and go for 2, and they didn't make it. Then you had the big lead against Cleveland, and they had guys missing, and Baker Mayfield and company come back, make it a football game. He can't win it down the stretch.
But we've seen the same thing here, right? With Washington coming back in the last couple minutes. We've seen the same thing here with Dallas.
And what'd you see last game against Washington? They destroyed it. And what I'm saying,
they destroyed them. So I mean, it goes like we've all talked. It goes up and down. It's like a roller coaster.
Green Bay has not taken out their starters like the Cowboys have. We are notorious this season for taking your starters out too early. That it is not even the same. Trayvon Diggs said my back tight. He out in the 3rd quarter. The Panthers game, we over here wondering what the heck is going on. We like, where everybody at? Why none of the guys in the game? Every time the Saints game, they come back because we take all the starters out and they go on this long drive at the end of the game. The first Washington game was exactly the same. No starters in. I'm sitting over here.
But the starters are on offensively, right? Yeah, like Dak threw that interception, right? That wasn't Cooper Rush that threw it, right?
No, but
Dak's in the game. I'm thinking a lot of the starters.
What I'm saying is the defense is the one who's giving up points because their starters aren't in. Like, the offense is playing a different type of game.
But so one player out, Diggs is out. Like, D-Law was still out there.
Yeah, it wasn't just Diggs. In the Washington game, D-Law was not out there. I think they've been averaging like 20-something snaps a game, bro. Don't go out here, man.
All I'm saying is at the end of the day, all I'm saying is
commercial.
Defensively,
we got to get a break.
We got to play good as well. All right, go ahead.
Let's get a break.
Give me an angel hair. What I had last time? Angel hair. When do you want to know?
When we come back, let's dive into one player who we haven't seen in a couple weeks who could make his return Sunday against the Arizona Cardinals. I'm Newey Scruggs, joined by former Dallas Cowboys safeties Barry Church and Danny McCray. This is the Players Lounge, brought to you by Hotels.com on DallasCowboys.com radio.
A few weeks.
At Smoothie King, we are blending goodness to fuel your greatness. Every blend is crafted to help you achieve your health and fitness goals. Smoothie King uses only whole fruits and organic veggies. You'll never find sugary syrups or artificial flavors, colors, or preservatives. And unlike some other smoothie places, there are 0 grams of added sugar in many of our blends. Smoothie King is proud to be the official smoothie of the Dallas Cowboys. Place your order in the app or online for pickup or delivery. Smoothie King, rule the day.
It's game day. You know what that means. First, kebab prep. Steak, pepper, onion, steak, pepper, onion. Next, a counterclockwise lap around the room. Now the lucky grease-stained jersey goes on. And lastly, the dance. You know the one. This is a game day ritual no matter where you are. Whether you're traveling to the game or watching from your favorite vacation spot, book a place to stay on Hotels.com and keep the tradition alive and well. Hotels.com, proud partner of the Dallas Cowboys.
Nobody protects you from mayhem like Allstate. I'm a broken traffic light. Stop and go is the name of my game. It's easy. You go, they go. Or was it, they go, you go? And if you have the wrong car insurance, these repair costs could stop you in your tracks. So get Allstate's new low auto rate and be better protected from mayhem, like me.
Not available in every state, based on coverage and limits selected. Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. In most states, prices vary based on how you buy. Allstate Bar and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Brace yourself for an existential question. Has your butt been having enough fun lately? Have you been treating it well? Has it been going places? If not, then it's about time you start using SeatGeek. SeatGeek is the best way to get your butt tickets to live events. Just ask the thousands of other butts who have rated it the #1 ticketing app. So what are you waiting for? Download the app now or visit SeatGeek.com to get tickets to sports, concerts, and live events and make your butt happy. SeatGeek. Get yours
To the Players Lounge.
Be the first to receive new offers, event information, and more when you sign up to receive text messages from the team. Text Cowboys to NFLDAL. That is 6353252 to receive 10% off your next Pro Shop order. Message frequency may vary, and message and data rates may apply. You are in the Players Lounge, brought to you by Hotels.com. Newey Scruggs, joined by former Dallas Cowboys safeties Danny McCray and Barry Church.
Hey, real quick, Dewey, real quick. Hey, so how they gonna get top 10, man? How these boys gonna get top 10? Like, I think I'm eating good. I keep people hitting me up on Twitter talking about you gonna be feeding that. I ain't feeding nobody because I'm eating good. The entree's coming to me.
This is the type of day we have. Go ahead, Newey, bro. I don't know.
We don't want to discuss it now.
He come out the break talking about something he's talking behind closed doors. What you said, Newey? Somebody been missing for 5 games. You said
all I heard was 19th, man.
Two weeks. Tyron Smith,
5.
The Pro Bowl left tackle Tyron Smith has missed the last 2 weeks. Mike McCarthy says that he will be limited or will practice today. He says he wasn't sure. So Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones both said they expect Tyron to play against the Arizona Cardinals, 2 playoff teams going at it Sunday at Jerry World. So this is good news, in my opinion, if you're able to get number 77 back and getting to play this game and then not knowing exactly yet what your final game of the year against Philadelphia will mean for you.
You would play him, Newey? You would play him this week?
If he's ready to go, I'd go ahead and play him. I think, and this is one point where you guys can speak to better than I. You guys have been around and worked with Britt Brown. So all year long, they have been magical when it comes to not only just getting guys back, but getting guys back and having them be effective when they did come back.
This is true. You know, it just makes me nervous a little bit because, I mean, what we've seen so far this year, I mean, he's had some injuries that, not necessarily are all on him. Like, he's got guys roll up on him. I mean, he's been dealing with these bone spurs. It's just nervous playing a guy like that. But, I mean, if he's ready, like you said, if Britt says he's ready, and he needs to go out there and help his team, I understand. But I just wish we'd have him full for this playoff run. But hey, I understand it's a huge game, though.
Oh no! Listen, let me tell you something. He got to play. He had, and this is why he has to play, in my opinion. You have to see where he is. All right, if you believe that he's healthy now, and Britt says he's fine, and Tyron says he feels well, you have to get him out there for these last 2 games to make sure and confirm that is what you have going into the playoffs. What you don't want to happen is you start him in that first game of the playoffs, and he's out in the first series because he doesn't feel well, and then all of a sudden you have to put the swing tackle in there, and you kind of lost. So you don't want to go into that. Let him get his feet wet. Let him get back in there and get ready and be in a groove when you get into that first week of the playoffs, especially if you somehow earn the first round bye. Like he has to get some playing time before he gets into the playoffs.
And another very interesting situation, guys, is just from the standpoint of you don't know yet what this final game will mean at Philadelphia. Maybe Green Bay has locked up the 1 and you're going to be the 2. Then you say, hey, look, we're not going to play Tyron in this last one. We're just going to make sure he's ready to go the next week. And if you sit him out for Arizona and Philadelphia, now that's more time out. So I think this week makes sense. If he's ready to go, you get him on out there because then at least he'll play in the Arizona game versus possibly missing 2 games.
So tell me this, though. Okay, so we are literally number 2 based on tiebreakers, right? So let's say 2, 3, and 4, which is Tampa and the Rams, right? So we all win this week. So we would have to, if we want to keep the number 2 seed, win against Philadelphia.
Yeah. Is that correct? Because we would have to win over Tampa Bay, right? In some type of tie break order. since they beat us head to head, but we had like the tiebreak matchup or something like that with.
Well, we would all have the same record going in. So if we somehow falter and lose and they win, then all of a sudden we're 12-5, and they're actually what is that 11-5, whatever. They would be a game ahead of us even without the tiebreaker, right? So I'm talking about LA and Tampa, who are now behind us right now because of tiebreakers. So at this point we would need the same record as them or better in order to keep the number 2 seed. And we
would want to lock up that 2 seed because we wouldn't want. I mean, we want to rather play a Saints or a Philly versus a 49er squad, in my opinion.
Yeah, and 2 home games.
And 2 home games, exactly.
No, there's no doubt. You want to go ahead and do what you can to keep your seeding alive here. And just looking at that final week right now, the Packers are going to go to Detroit to finish the season. The Buccaneers are going to host Carolina to finish the season, and the Rams will host the 49ers to end the regular season. So, yeah, point taken. You probably have to keep on winning. You probably have to win your next 2 games here so you can secure and keep that 2 slot. Then looking at the games this week, the Packers are hosting the Vikings on Sunday Night Football. Then you've got the Rams on the road taking on Baltimore. We've seen Baltimore as a depleted football team. And then the Buccaneers are on the road to go face the New York Jets. And Tom Brady's record against the Jets in his career is pretty doggone really good.
So we need to win and win. we need a win and win. So you ain't thinking about resting nobody against Philly, and then you mess around and have to play Philly again back-to-back weeks. Like, yeah, we need to focus on winning these next 2 games. But like I said, 1 week at a time.
You think that's the hardest scenario, D-Mac? Like playing a team week 17. And then having to play them again in that wild card situation, like I think that'd be extremely hard, especially if you were the team that won the first matchup, going again that very next week. I think that'd be a tough thing to do.
Cowboys done it before. The Cowboys did it before.
Yeah, they have.
Did they beat Philly with that, or did Philly come back and beat them the next time, or was it New York or something like that happened with them?
It was 2 straight weeks to face Philadelphia. Wade Phillips was the head coach, and they won both of those games. Beat Donovan McNabb and the Eagles. So.
Oh, that's when Felix Jones went off, I think.
So the Cowboys have done it before. They did it at AT&T Stadium. So I would not fear it as much as you'd rather have that than the other way. You drop down, and next thing you know, you got to go face the Rams. I mean, I would much rather.
Yeah, you don't want those problems, Joe.
Yeah,
not that early in the rounds.
Right. I mean, look.
I don't know. I think Stafford throws a couple. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. He don't want to hit my fantasy team.
I'm about to say. I think you be personal with that one.
And listen, he had 3 last week. This ain't the first time he had 3. He threw about 2 or 3 pick sixes. Okay, so the way our defense is playing, I'm not that worried about Matthew Stafford. All right, not at all.
Oh man,
my bad. One more point, Louis. And this is why you can't mess around with these last 2 games, all right? As you've seen around the league, you have no idea who's going to be available week in and week out. This is why you have to go ahead and take care of business when you can. We can luck up and have Aaron Rodgers or somebody be out in the final game, and then we get the number 1 seed. But that same type of stuff can happen to us. So this is like one of the most unpredictable seasons that we've been in.
Yeah, you see Wentz is on that right now. Wentz is on the list right now.
Yeah, unpredictable, man. You just don't know.
All right, let's squeeze another break in here. I want to talk about a trend with Arizona right now that is should be very worrisome if you're a Cardinal fan. And we'll dive into that next. With Danny McCray, Barry Church, I'm Louis Scruggs. This is the Players Lounge, brought to you by Hotels.com on DallasCowboys.com radio.
Nobody protects you from mayhem like Allstate. I'm a broken traffic light. Stop and go is the name of my game. It's easy. You go, they go. Or was it, they go, you go? And if you have the wrong car insurance, these repair costs could stop you in your tracks. So get Allstate's new low auto rate and be better protected from mayhem, like me.
Not available in every state based on coverage and limits selected. Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. In most states, prices vary based on how you buy. Allstate Bar and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
It's game day. You know what that means. First, kebab prep. Steak, pepper, onion, steak, pepper, onion. Next, a counterclockwise lap around the room. Now the lucky grease-stained jersey goes on. And lastly, the dance. You know the one. This is a game day ritual no matter where you are. Whether you're traveling to the game or watching from your favorite vacation spot, book a place to stay on Hotels.com and keep the tradition alive and well. Hotels.com, proud partner of the Dallas Cowboys.
At Smoothie King, we are blending goodness to fuel your greatness. Every blend is crafted to help you achieve your health and fitness goals. Smoothie King uses only whole fruits and organic veggies. You'll never find sugary syrups or artificial flavors, colors, or preservatives. And unlike some other smoothie places, there are 0 grams of added sugar in many of our blends. Smoothie King is proud to be the official smoothie of the Dallas Cowboys. Place your order in the app or online for pickup or delivery. Smoothie King, rule the day.
At AT&T, everyone, new and existing customers, get our best deals on every smartphone. Why? Because you deserve it. For turning your living room into your office and your gym. For teaching Grandma how to video call and teaching her again.
It's the button on your left, Nana. Okay, your other left.
It's not complicated. Everyone deserves something new. So AT&T is giving everyone, new and existing customers, our best deals with every unlimited plan on every smartphone, even the latest ones.
AT&T may temporarily slow data speeds if the network is busy. Restrictions and exceptions may apply.
Back to the Players Lounge.
Hey, download the official app of the Dallas Cowboys to get access to in-market game broadcasts, mobile tickets, daily podcasts, live pre- and post-game shows, game updates, and more. Download the app or Google Play stores. That's where you can get it at. But yeah, definitely get the Players Lounge right there on the app. Mm-hmm. And we are brought to you by Hotels.com. Danny McCray, Barry Church. I'm Newey Scruggs here. Danny and Barry have this season-long bet about the Cowboys being a top 10 defense. And
are we out of another break with this?
And
yes, we are.
Danny McCray is going to most likely have to pay up a very, very scrumptious meal to Barry Church at one of his favorite restaurants in town. So.
You see, you see how Newey do this? That's not true. First of all, that's not true. What's true is Barry Church will be buying the appetizers and I will be buying the entrees. Okay, that's what it is. So I'm not gonna have to pay him get him a scrumptious meal. It's kind of 50-50. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
So no. And speaking of, you still owe me too, which is crazy. Why you wouldn't bring me Palmer's chicken to try to even up your bet? But that's okay because both of y'all still owe me something.
That ain't got nothing to do with me.
As long as you owe me, listen. But you ate that chicken like it was the last thing on earth too, didn't you? I can see you over there licking your fingers and all that. You got that sauce and stuff.
I know it was good. It was good.
Yeah. I ain't gonna
sauce too.
I ain't gonna forget about it. Hey, CB, me and you, baby. Me and you to the end. Me and you to the end, CB.
Man, that's crazy.
You thought Chris didn't get none too? Oh, Chris ate.
Okay, listen.
Chris ate.
He was grabbing too. He's about there before the show to grab some of that.
He's not in this. He's not in this.
Joe Looney ate too. How's that bread pudding? How's that bread pudding?
Joe Looney does no. Joe Looney is not on this show right now. Okay, so I don't. You tried to sway him. You know what I'm saying, to your side as a newcomer by getting him some Palmer's chicken. I know. I went to school with people like you, Newey. It wasn't UNC Pembroke either.
This wasn't on me. The man asked me to come bring the food. I tried to play it when you were out.
2 times?
Asking. Yes, 2 times.
Come on, man. Come on. Hey, let me tell you something. You tell Palmer, don't tweet me again. All right, since he's gonna get nope.
I don't know like that, man.
I don't even know nobody named Palmer. I ain't wearing no Palmer hat.
You ain't gonna wear the man's hat? You ain't gonna wear the man's hat?
No, sir. As a matter of fact, I'm about to look up a recipe to make my own Nashville hot chicken, and you'll see it on my Instagram probably next week.
Why you doing Palmer's like that, man? Why you doing man, they had a good hot chicken sandwich, man.
Yeah, it's his Newey fault.
Hey, man, I don't know why you so
blame it on Newey.
Bitter about the defense, bitter about that. Okay, let's talk about this Arizona Cardinals coming to Jerry World. And here is a disturbing trend for head coach Cliff Kingsbury. The Cardinals, in his coaching career, first 7 games, they are 15-5-1. Then in games 8 until the end of the regular season, 8-18. Go over to Texas Tech. His time there as head coach. Red Raiders, first 7 games of the year, had a record of 27-15. In games 8 into the regular season over at Texas Tech, 8-25. So overall as a head coach, his first 7 games, he gonna get on you. Got a record of 42-20-1. After that, when it comes to the end of the season, 16-43. So fellas, what do you make when you see numbers like that for a guy like Cliff Kingsbury?
Yep. Yeah, I hope it happens. I mean, the trend is already starting to happen. I mean, look, they done lost about, I think, 2 or 3 of their last games. So, I mean, the trend is starting to happen, and I hope we take advantage of it. I mean, look, this defense is struggling. We've seen Kyler Murray up and down so far right now. They're missing DeAndre Hopkins on the outside. So the trend is starting, and we're just going to go ahead and continue that trend.
Yeah, let me tell you something. So those college days, Church, you know as well as I know that competition that you play at the beginning of the season is not the same competition that you be playing at the end. I know LSU, but we play Southern this year, probably first game of the season. All right, so we should win one. We should win one. But now, I enjoy that trend. I enjoy the trend. I hope it continues. But what it says about that team is they start hot. They start very hot and then they start to fizzle out. And I don't know if that's because defensive coordinators are able to kind of pick up on what they're doing. Maybe they're tired because I do know they run kind of the hurry up in that run and gun offense. But whatever it is, I hope they continue to do it because they're going to see a pass rush like they have not seen coming up on Sunday. And that's going to be an issue for them. So they may as well get ready to drop another game.
All right, we've got a little breaking news here. I want to put this out here, and this comes from Adam Schefter. And let me read his tweet. It says, Cowboys defensive coordinator Dan Quinn will not interview with the Jaguars for their head coaching job during the 2-week window, excuse me, which interviews are allowed. So, excuse me.
Get him!
Oh, yeah.
So,
yeah, I don't know. Come on now. Drink some water now.
So there you go. Dan Quinn not going to go ahead and do the job interview with the Jaguars. Thoughts, gentlemen?
Yeah, that Palmer's chicken, huh? Oh, that choking on there. You should have got me some. Should have got me some Palmer's
chicken. Hot seasoning. I told you about hot seasoning over there.
Yeah, I told you I was going to get you this. I told you I was going to get you. Nah, let me tell you something. Listen, I'm over here doing the money dance. You can't see me right now, but I'm doing the straight up money dance. Shout out to my guy, DQ, all right? Do not go down to Jacksonville. That is not the mess that you want to put yourself in, okay? You just got out of Atlanta, okay? You've been able to take a break here in Dallas. Get you another year in the D, man. The D-Town loves you. And then figure out what you want to do after that. But I'm excited. I'm happy because to me that crosses Jacksonville off the list, at least for now, and he can focus on the task moving forward, which is Super Bowl winning team.
Yeah, I mean, he's locked in right now. He's locked in on what he got to do. You know, he sees his defense right now and the momentum they're going. They're taking the ball away at an extremely high rate. So he's focusing on what he has to do as a defensive coordinator. Now, when the offseason comes, I mean, who knows what's going to happen? I don't know if Jacksonville will swoop back around and try to grab him, or maybe the Raiders will swoop down and try to grab him. Whatever the case may be, I think that'll be after the season, and I think he's just solely locked in on getting this team and this defense in the best position it can, and I'm happy for it. So I mean, that him not taking that's just something grabbing his attention and grabbing him over here, trying to get him over this way. I'm glad he's staying where he needs to be.
And Kellen ain't on that same flight no more.
Nah, man, Kellen went solo, huh?
So, Church, let me ask this question since you played for Jacksonville, and then I think about Gus Bradley, who used to be the coach of Jacksonville, and Bradley and Dan Quinn were on that same Seattle the coaching staff. And Gus ended up leaving to take the Jacksonville Jaguars job before they ended up winning the Super Bowl. So do you think it's a case where Quinn's probably already called Gus and found out maybe, hey, man, you don't want to touch this one, man. This is not it. Or even, Danny, what you talked about before. If you're going to go, make sure it's something really, really good.
I think it's the second one. I think it's if you go make sure it's really something good. I mean, right now, as we see, that team is not where it needs to be. I mean, they got a franchise quarterback, but I think they need an offensive-minded guy down there to get the most out of Lawrence and what they can over there. Right now, that defense, it's an okay defense, but it's not something you want to go into and rebuild and put all this into it. I don't think you want to do all that. I mean, it's not, the Duval and Jaguars are just a, terrible organization. It's just right now they just got too much going on and a lot of rebuilding to do. So I think that's the reason, he really doesn't want to slide down there. But we'll see if another opportunity opens up.
I don't know about that franchise quarterback either. You over there talking about? We don't know yet. We don't know.
From what they say, he can be the truth. From what they say,
we got some more breaking news here, courtesy of our producer Chris Beam. This is from Calvin Watkins, who covers the Cowboys for the Dallas Morning News. Malik Hooker, Tristan Hill, both activated from the COVID-19 list, so the Cowboys will have their defensive.
The enforcer's back. The enforcer's back.
Don't disrespect D-Law like that, bro. Don't disrespect D-Law like that.
Hey, you know what? The enforcer is back. Don't worry, everything's under control now, man. The enforcer is back.
I'm the captain now. Man, get out of here. Shout out to Tristan Hill, man. I listen. The more the better for us, man. I don't think he's playing bad. I think he has some potential to play well. And the more rotational pieces that we can get in there and to keep D-Law, Randy, Micah, and Neville Gallimore fresh, I'm all for it.
All right, guys, that's our time here on the Players Lounge. We got pushed back a little bit today because head coach Mike McCarthy's press conference. So that is our show. Mick Shots is coming your way for Danny McCray, Barry Church, Chris Bean, Will, everybody here over at DallasCowboys.com. We will do it again tomorrow, 12:30, right here on DallasCowboys.com radio.
Yeah, everybody except Palmer.
Shout out to Herbert.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys? Yeah!